what happens in that scenario, right? A branch-led scenario. So they go to the branch, the document loads, Wi-Fi is great. They try to e-sign, and just when they think they're about to succeed, they get an error message indicating that the e-sign provider is facing downtime, right? So Aadhaar e-sign, fundamentally, I think most of you will be familiar with it, is generated. The actual e-sign is generated by entities known as e-sign service providers. Think NSDL, Verasis, CDSL, right? These are e-sign service providers who actually generate that sign that affixes on the document. And naturally, given the scale at which they operate public infrastructure, they sometimes do face downtime. And when they face downtime, you cannot proceed with Aadhaar eSign if they are your only provider, right? So your network Wi-Fi might be working, but if your eSign is not working, your branch is going to get crowded. Your field and branch staff will again switch back to paper. It's something that used to, and it's working for them right now compared to eSign, which is facing downtime. So for eSign downtime, the solution is slightly different, right? And it's not the one on screen right now, right? Most eSign services will claim to have some sort of backup eSign routing, which bypasses this downtime. But usually when you unpack this process, this is what it ends up being. You face eSign downtime. Instead of, say, an automatic switch, you are required to manually escalate this as a ticket with your eSign vendor. The eSign vendor, presumably with so many other customers facing this issue, is swamped with tickets about this, as well as tickets about other issues. You keep trying to get a response. There's none for hours. You get teams are working to fix the problem. And then finally, hours later, could be even up to 12 hours later, is what one client told us. They managed to do the manual switching for your account. And then it works. Great, but it's been 12 hours, right? Where the downtime anyway would have passed in fewer hours, right? This manual process allows people to say that, yes, during a demo, I have this system or process, but it's really not a good fix for on ground downtime, which is usually 45 minutes to an hour, maybe sometimes even 30 minutes, right? You will need your system to actually kick into backup mode even for these 30 minutes. And so what you actually need to build is an automated e-sign routing or switch system, right? A simple analogy would be like payment orchestration, where a payments orchestrator will load and connect your customer to a payment gateway that is facing the highest success rate at that point in time, right? From a set of multiple payment gateways, which they have an option to route to. So similarly for eSign, you will have multiple different ESP connections, not just one, NSDL, Verasis, CDSL. And the system will then route customers or signers to the ESP facing the highest success rate at that point in time. So on one hand, you have multiple eSign connections. And then once you have this, you have a system of auto routing where for the customer, the experience is unchanged, or your field officer, the experience is unchanged. They open the document, and at the back end, the system automatically decides which ESP is going to display to them, maximizing the chances of success. So some data from when we first implemented this in our platform, when we implemented an eSign auto routing, what we call our eSign reliability system, we saw that within a few months, we saw an 80% reduction in failed eSign attempts. 80%.